Hello there and welcome to another video. I'm going to show you how I've made this here, and it was inspiration from a lady on my Facebook group called Mary Place. She showed some images of ones that she has made, and she used them on tops of some Christmas presents that she'd wrapped up, and so I thought I'd come on and show you how to go about making one of your own. Give you a little bit of a close-up. Let me move that out the way and then you can see it better then. But it's really lovely and really easy to make, and one that you can make when you're watching TV. So what you're going to need is 2 pieces of paper. Now again, I've used the Digi Kit and I printed 2 of these out, and I've just printed them out onto copy paper. Alright, so that it makes it easier to fold. Let's crack on and go and see about making one. Oakley dokley, I've printed off 2 of the sheets that I'm going to be using, and I've just printed them onto normal photocopy paper. I don't want these thick because I'm going to be folding them up, and if I print it on even a thin card, it will be too thick to fold quite easily. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off all the white edges around the paper, and I'll come back and see you in a little minute. So now I've trimmed that off, I'm going to cut each sheet of paper into 4 equal pieces, right, because you need a total of 8 of these rectangles. So I'm going to cut it sort of down the middle there and down the middle there. And the easiest way, rather than measuring it, is to just fold it in half. And then I'm just going to trim this folded edge off, just because it's easier than measuring. So pull that down, and then I'm going to fold each of these in half from bottom to top. Couldn't think of the words then. From bottom to top. I fold that in half and do the same with this piece as well. Fold that in half and cut bottom to top. Top to bottom. It's alright, I'll get my mouth and my teeth in gear in a minute, and I'll know what I'm talking about. So that's that one. And as I say, I'm just trimming just the smallest edge, that little folded edge off. And I've now got 4 equal rectangles. And just to give you an idea of the size, get me a ruler the right way around, that way around. Okay, so these measure 3 7/8 by 5 inches. Now with each of the 8 pieces, we're going to have them so that they're this way on. And then I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to finger press that fold, and then with a pencil from this top corner up here, I'm going to draw a semicircle around. Okay, so just as a rough. Now if you're not very good at drawing, or you feel that you're not very good at drawing semicircles, then by all means get a plate and draw around that, so as you can see there. And then I'm just going to chop that out. Now I'm going to keep this first one as my template. Okay, but when I open it out, it looks like that. Okay, so I want 8 of those. So I'm going to fold the next one up. Now if you've got directional paper, just make sure that you've got the direction right before you actually cut it out, and then I can draw around each one, and then I can cut them all out, and then I can cut them all out, and then they're all near enough as much as damn it is as near to swearing as I'm going to get. So that's 2. 3 and 4, and then I'll do the same with the other sheet off camera. Okay, so open it up. So starting at this flat edge down here, I'm actually going to flip it over because I've got printing on this side but it's plain on the back. It's better off to start with your first fold going this way on the white side, and we're going to fold that roughly 1/4 inch, okay, and then we're going to do an accordion fold all the way up this shape. So it doesn't have to be really precise, but if you can get it as near perfect as you can, then that's better. Okay, so we'll do that all the way up. And of course what you could do is before you cut out, you know, that shape, you could actually put it on your scoreboard and score every 1/4 inch if you want. And then I've got a tiny little bit at the top, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, so that's what you end up with. So we've got this sort of pleated side here, and then we've got an all over pattern bit on that. So we want to fold these 2 edges towards each other, all right? Not these edges, those edges, all right? So we're going to fold that in half. So like that. And then I'm going to use my art glitter glue because it's got this nice metal point on it. I'm going to put glue on these 2 long edges here to glue those 2 together. Okay. Put my pin back in there. And then when we fan this open, we end up with a nice leaf shape. Okay, now one of the things that I've noticed doing this is this top edge up here. See if I can get it in close to show you. It's squared off a little bit and it kind of shows. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that off. Just that middle bit, I'm just going to trim it off at a small angle so that when I turn it over, you know, it all sort of looks the same. So I need to do 8 of these. So we'll go through it again. Okay, so that's my shape. Because it's patterned on the front, I don't want to fold it this way. I want to turn it over and do my first fold onto the white part. And then I'm going to do an accordion fold all the way along that shape until I get to the top. So this is one of those jobs that you could do whilst you sat watching TV. Okay, and again, because of the way in which I've cut it, I've just got this little extra bit sticking out the top, but I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to glue this pattern side to each other. So not this side where where it's formed this sort of pattern. I'm going to do the pattern side there. So fold it in half. Actually, can you see what's happened here? Look, hang on, let's see if I can show you. Can you see this last bit? It's sticking up and showing at the front, so I'm actually going to fold that back on itself to just hide it. There we go, that's better. So I've probably just done my folds a little bit bigger on that one than I did on the other one, and then put some glue on there. to hold that together and just pinch it. Put my pin back in there. And again, this little top corner piece here, when I open it out, it just sticks out a little bit. So I'm just going to taper that little bit off. And so now I've got 2 petals, or 2 leaves, okay? So I'm going to go off and go and do the other 6, and I'll come back with the next bit in a minute. Okay, that's all my 8 leaves now made up. Now I've got some gold metallic card here, and I've got my 2-inch circle punch, which isn't a 2-inch circle punch. Bought it as a 2-inch circle punch, but it doesn't make 2-inch circles. And I'm going to punch 2 of them out. I think it's something like, in fact, let's measure it. Now I've mentioned it, might as well, come on roller, might as well measure it. So this circle is actually 1.5 inches. Not 2 inches at all. But hey ho, so we'll punch 2 of those out. So I want 1 for the bottom and 1 for the top. Okay, so what we're going to start doing is we're going to start gluing each of these leaves together as individual segments, and we're going to glue them together side by side. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of glue on there, and then I'm going to glue that one to that one. Okay, I don't want them gluing all the way up to the top. Alright, so like that. And then I'm going to glue another one on. So I'm only putting glue on that bottom bit. And then that will glue to that, so that all those points meet. Let's get the glue off my thumb. In the middle. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 and 4. So that's 3. So here's number 4. And I'll glue that one to that one. And I'm just going to pinch them to make sure that they adhere nicely. And then I will glue this onto here. Okay, so I'm going to make the other 4 up first. In fact, I might even do 4 and 4, and then join the 2 4s together to make a full squircle. And yes, I did say squircle as opposed to circle. And then bit glue on there and join that one to that one. And I'm making sure all the time that they're meeting up at this point here at the centre point. We'll push that one out of place now. After saying that, you see, sod's law, isn't it? There we go, that's better. And then the next one, because of course as I'm pinching them tighter, so so they're not opening out as fully as they should be. Okay, get that one there. See how tightly bunched together they are. But by the time that glue is set and we've opened them out a bit, and then I'm going to glue that half to that half. Okay, so I'm going to put glue across there and across there and join those 2 together, making sure again that they meet in the middle. I'm just going to pinch them to make sure that the glue adheres. Okay, so now I'm going to put some glue on this gold card. I'm going to sit this one on top. Just make sure that they're fanned out right. So I want a bit more glue on that one, I think. Join them together a little bit more. And then when I'm happy with the fanning of them all, I'm then going to sit them on top of that circle and push it down and just hold it for a second. And then I'm going to put glue on the back of this one. And sit that on the top. And again, just hold that in place for a moment. Okay, I've just zoomed the camera in a little bit further so that you can see now a better view of what it sort of looks like. Now you could actually add some cord to the top of this and have it as a hanging decoration. You could do 2 of these and glue them back to back and then have them as a hanging decoration, or you can add things on the centre. So I've got a piece of crochet doily I could put on. I've got this metal filigree that I could add on there. And then I've also got, remember the gold paper doily I've been using? So there's these metallic flowers. I could cut one of those out and sit that on top. But I think I like that filigree piece on there. So I would use my glossy accents for this bit because I do like glossy accents on metal. So I'm going to put some glossy accents on there. And then I'm going to spread that about with my finger a little bit. Okay. To just even it out somewhat. And then sit that on there. And then I might even get either a pearl or a diamante sort of thing and put that in the middle. But I thought, wouldn't that look lovely on a journal cover? So this is the wrong paper really, but just to sort of give you an idea. So this is the Christmas journal that I was demonstrating in the previous video. And then that could sit on the front there. It would even make a really nice decoration for the top of a gift. So you could have that as a bit of decoration on the top of a package that you've wrapped up really nicely for Christmas. So this is the inspiration from Mary off my Facebook group. So thank you very much, Mary, for showing us this on the group. And I hope that that's explained to everyone how you can go about making one of your own. Of course, you can do them to any size, just increase or reduce the size of the rectangle that you're using. And of course then you'll get different sizes, but yeah, really liking that, thinking that's really lovely. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again really soon in another video. Bye for now.